The following is an exclusive presentation of Jesup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
World famous. The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
That's right. Jim Poindexter here with us on the Butch and Bob Show. Jim, that's our new jingle right there.
I heard it. I like it.
You like it, huh?
I like it.
Yeah, we got that new jingle there. We're important now. The Bob and I have our own jingle now. We've only been doing this since 1996, so it's about time. Well, good morning, everyone. Butch Shepard here with you on the Big Dog, world famous Butch and Bob show here on WIFO FM in Jesup, 105.5 on your FM dial. And the Butch and Bob Show is brought to you by Murphy Builder Supply on Northeast Broad Street in downtown Jesup, by Mike Birch Ford in Blackshear, by the Wolf Animal Hospital on West Cherry Street, and by the Women's Health Center, located in downtown Jesup on Cherry at Broad Street. In the studio with us this morning is Mr. Jim Poindexter. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing good. How about you?
I'm doing good now that I'm getting a little warmer and gotten some coffee down me and starting to pick up again.
That's right. Got them get it up, go juice in you this morning, huh?
That's for sure.
All right. Little nippy out there this morning, and but feeling good.
Yes, definitely. And it looks like I was looking. It looks like the weather coming up next week. We're going to be back up in the 70s and possibly one day in the 80s is what I saw.
Well, we're looking at 56 today, 62 tomorrow on Friday, 67 on Saturday with lots of rain on Saturday night, and Sunday. A Sunday high is 67, 72 on Monday, and that's a pretty good ways out. Really, they all say that the most accurate weather forecast they can do is for 3 days out. After that, it's just guessing. Yeah, just guessing. But at least it's good to take a look at the trends a little bit. And that Altamaha River is still going up. It's 11.2 feet right now, and going up to 12 feet, and there's a lot of sportsmen out there right now thinking, well, I wish it'd go down.
Yeah, I looked at that up in the Dublin area a couple of days ago, and it showed that after that last rain and everything, it was showing Dublin, the river level up there, dropping 3 feet in about 4 days. So that all that wave of water that's coming down this way, and then hopefully it'll drop again soon. So, yeah,
well, it's going to get up to around 12 feet here at Doctortown, here in Jesup and Wayne County, and there at at Rainier. But it's that time of year. I mean, this is when we get our rain, get it in the soil, get it down the aqueduct, as they call it down there, get all the moisture, because in a couple of months they'll be planting crops, some of even before then, as long as they can get their tractors in the fields without bogging down to the axles, and start putting those spring crops in. And you need that moisture down there for order to have a successful season.
Yes. Definitely.
All right, Jim Poindexter in here. He is the post commander for VFW Post 4583 here in Jesup. They've got an event coming up this Saturday at the VFW Post on Project Street, right behind the Wayne County Farmers Market. So tell us all about it, Jim.
Well, this is the first wellness fair that the Post has held, and it's a resource fair, and I'm hoping that people don't think that this is just for people who suffer from depression and anxiety, PTSD, and
right.
But this is going to be an education program.
And it's for everyone.
It is for everyone.
It is put on by the VFW, so of course there's an emphasis there on veterans, but it's open for everyone for these particular issues that they or a loved one may have. So when it has to do with mental health, it doesn't matter if you're a veteran or not. It's still open to the public, to everyone.
Yes, that's correct. The National VFW partnered with a program called Change in Direction a couple of years ago, and we've been trying to put out information as we go by, as we go through the year. But we decided to do something a little different this year, have the resource fair, try to get people in to pick up information. One of the things I was looking at is suicide in Georgia and suicides in the nation, and there's about 125 people that commit suicides every day.
Here in America.
In America. 22 of those 25 are veterans. The youngest.
That's a lot higher percentage than
and
the
since
population.
And since 2007, the age of those that are committing suicide has come way down. We've had people as young as 10 and 12 years old to commit suicide, and I'm sure that a lot of that may have to do with bullying or cyberbullying
has a lot to do with
because that's when things started really picking up
Right.
back in 2007 on the Facebook and everything. So what we want to do is we want to get education out there to the people to understand and be able to recognize signs of depression, signs of suicide risk, so we can try to curtail that. There was, in addition to those that did commit suicide, there was 1.4 million people in America that have attempted suicide at least once. And so fortunately for some of those, maybe they were they were survived or they were stopped by a family member or a friend, and that's what we want to do. We want to get the information out there to people about the risk of the suicide risk, the suicide or the risk of depression, and being able to identify it. And let's work on trying to do something to sort of override that and get those folks back on the right track. And so we've invited a number of not just mental health providers to come in, but we're going to have Coastal Pines will be there. They'll be there to talk about their education program and their technical training programs.
From Coastal Pines Technical College.
Coastal Pines
and
Technical
College. They'll be there
College.
to discuss what now, or to present and offer information on what?
On their education programs, their college education, their technical schools, their technical educations, help prepare people for a job. Because a lot of people around here are without a job, and they may not have the skills necessary to take a job that is available. So they'll be here to offer information on those programs. And we have a number. We have the Veterans Administration that's going to be in here. We have our own service officer from our post that's going to be here. That if a veteran is having a problem with a claim, he's going to be able to work with them and see what we can do to help those claims. A lot of people don't even know what they're eligible for, through the VA. So there'll be a lot of information there for our veterans as well. But we have some very good programs that are what I call non-traditional programs.
Mm-hmm.
One of the programs is Crossed Oars Society.
Crossed
oars.
Okay.
And from time to time.
Can you demonstrate that again, Jim?
Yeah, like that.
Crossed oars. Okay.
I got a lot of practice like that in the high water at the Autumn Hall. Okay. But they have meetings on pretty much a regular basis, and this is a veterans program. So veterans get together, they have fun, they meet, they talk to each other. Sometimes they cook out. Sometimes I don't think they go in the winter months, but in the spring and summer they kayak.
Mm-hmm.
They go kayaking, and it just brings people together with like issues, and they start talking to each other. And just being able to talk to someone and get it out of your system is really helpful.
Yeah.
And we have several other programs like that. A group that's called Warriors Point Incorporated is going to be here, and they're going to bring some programs. And they have some similar programs where they bring people together and do the same thing. Have cookouts, have fun. And
socialization. Humans are social beings. And,
yes.
And, it seems like you always hear on some of these mass shootings Well, he was a loner, kind of kept to himself, kind of quiet, that kind of stuff like that. And, social people, if you're out there and you're socializing and you're having fun with family and friends and stuff like that, that means a lot for your mental wellness.
Yes, exactly. And when people, even in business, employers need to be able to recognize when their employees are maybe not up on their top game,
right.
And depression comes in anxiety and stress comes in a lot of different forms. And, sometimes I get stressed out when my coffee doesn't get made as fast as I want it to, but that's a whole different kind of stress than what some people have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. And depression is the same way. It's there's varying degrees of depression, and I can't imagine what some people struggle with on a day-to-day basis because I've never been there. So
there's a lot of issues out there that people deal with depression, whether it's to be personal issues with themselves or family or friends or work or just any different things that may cause them to be depressed, and they don't want to be that way. But sometimes we cannot control the thoughts that go flying through our brain, and it's good to have people that we can go talk to that are trained and are educated in helping people overcome this and become the kind of person they'd like to be.
Mm-hmm. We're going to have people that'll be here that will be able to talk about insurance and about Medicare and providing some of these programs. So, we've got a lot of different people coming in from different areas of their expertise, but it's all really focused on, again, depression and anxiety and stress and PTSD and suicide risk. And so,
do you know how many different vendors you're going to have there, different agencies and individuals that'll be there to talk about their services or to give out information to folks? From
the feedback that I've given, we're going to have about 15 different agencies, and there are a couple of them that were saying we're trying to be there, and so I just told them to, if they could be there, show up this time, and
it gives them the opportunity to do their job,
right.
Other than just their physical location. Yeah.
And
mainly it's an information resource fair for mental wellness resource fair. You go there, it's inside the social hall. It's free to the public. Of course, it's focused on veterans because it's the VFW, but it's also focused on the general public.
Yes.
We don't want to think that they have to be a veteran to come, because this, with the 15 vendors there, this is open to everyone, and you got to get past this stigma of mental issues. Everybody has some sort of mental issue, whether they admit it or not. And some people just have it worse than others. Or we know loved ones, family members, co-workers, or something like that. And it's good to go get this information to find out how a person can overcome their challenges, and also, as you mentioned, perhaps maybe some monetary help through different agencies and governments and in the government, the state or federal, to help them with the cost of care.
And we don't want people to feel like they're being singled out if they do have an issue, no matter how. No matter what degree of issue it is, come out, join us, and learn and learn a little bit.
Learn.
And maybe you have a friend that needs some of this information. Come out, pick up the information.
A mind is like a parachute. It works best when it's open.
When it's open, yes.
Yeah. So it's good to come with an open mind, to take a look at all these different resources that are available from these 15 different agencies for the general public and the veterans, and it's a lot of crossover between the two, and it's all free, folks, and it's going to be at the Jesup VFW Post 4583. The VFW Post is located behind the Wayne County Farmers Market. Market off of North First Street behind the Farmers Market there on Project Street. And the event itself will be this Saturday, February 2nd from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And it's open to the public. It's absolutely free. And then the brochure here says, the flyer says, if you or someone you know has difficulty with depression, anxiety, grief, stress, PTSD, I've had some stressful week, come out and visit with vendors and learn about programs that are available in our Southeast Georgia area.
Yes. And we hope that there's a lot of people that come out. This is, like I said, this is our first of hopefully many of these that we'll be hosting. Right now, we plan on doing this annually. But if the need arises, we may be able to have them even more frequent than that.
Right. Well, I think this is a great event that the Jesup VFW Post is putting on this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. As I mentioned before, for some reason there's stigma behind mental health issues and the word crazy and out there and all this kind of stuff, and it's not. The brain is just another organ in the body, and sometimes you need help with it, whether it's just through advice or perhaps maybe some sort of medication or a particular program that you can go through to help you with any of these issues that you may have or a loved one may have.
And if there's any programs that are out there listening this morning and you had not heard about this, show up on Saturday morning. We'll get a table for you and a couple of chairs and display information about your program. So it's, like I said, it's open. We're not going to shut anybody down because they didn't submit a form.
Right. So, and you're in a friendly environment, a non-judgmental environment. You're there with all these vendors and all these folks that are getting information because everybody deals with these type of mental issues: depression, anxiety, grief, stress, and of course the veterans with PTSD, and maybe some policemen and firemen and first responders and stuff like that. You've got a lot of folks out there, vendors, that deal with mental health issues, and they can help you or a loved one or a coworker. As you said, you could be a business owner or manager that has to deal with employees, and it would become good to come learn about the program so you can see what to look out for with your employees, or as the head of a household or in a household and dealing with family also.
Pick up some of our flyers, take them back to your business, and put it up on the bulletin board. So
right.
But one other statistic that I failed to mention a while ago is in the state of Georgia. I found a website, and it had the counties, all 159 counties in the state of Georgia ranked as where they stood with suicide. And Wayne County was number 91 out of 159.
Okay.
We were rated at number 91. So 90 counties had a higher suicide rate than Wayne County did, but then there were a lot of counties that had less than we did. So
I've had a couple of close friends and some acquaintances. And when I say acquaintances, they weren't just like people I just happened to know. They just weren't, friends. And through the years that have committed suicide, and you sit back and you just wonder, why did they do that? What was going on in their lives? Because you talk to folks, and a lot of folks didn't know why they did that. The people who were real close to them on a daily basis. It just came out of the blue sometimes, and and so if you're a person that you want to be able to help folks, it's good to come to this mental wellness health fair and learn about the signs to look for, so you can help someone.
Yes, that's what this is about. Pass information out in your workplace, and let's get everybody involved and get everybody educated on these signs and symptoms, and so that we can help.
And it's good to have the fair like this with all these 15 vendors coming, because a person doesn't have to go to this vendor over here or this agency over here or this clinic over here. They're all together in one spot, so you can walk around and get the brochures and talk to the folks and on whatever issue that you may be trying to concentrate on, or maybe all of them.
Right. We're having vendors, businesses that coming in from Baxley, from Hinesville, from Savannah, from Brunswick, Waycross area, from all the surrounding counties here, from Alma area. And so, people in a lot of these programs do not provide service within the boundaries of Wayne County, but people residing in Wayne County can go to their programs in the counties where they are serving.
Right.
Some of these are limited to what counties they can actually be in, have offices in, and serve. But people from anywhere can go to any of these and get assistance. So.
Okay. And, of course, once again, folks, we got Jim Poindexter in here. He is the post commander of the VFW Post 4583 here in Jesup. They are conducting or hosting a free mental wellness resource fair this Saturday, February 2nd, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. It will be in the social hall there at the Jesup VFW. It's located at 436 Project Street behind the Wayne County's Farmer Market, right off Highway 84 North 1st Street. It's open to the public. Everyone's invited. It would be a great event to be able to go to and to learn about all these mental health issues.
Yes. And on a final note, a little bit different.
All right.
We have completed phase 1 of our renovation project
at the VFW. Have been renovating now for quite a while. Yes. And what is the completion of phase 1?
Right. We have we added on a whole new section to our building, and in that we had 2 really large and really nice handicap restrooms now, men's and women's restrooms, really nice. And then we've also added some other areas, storage areas, an office area back there, a beverage room, a big patio on the back side.
You got an outside patio area that people can see outside, and you got the ceiling fans up there, and during football season or other times, y'all put a TV out there for folks to watch. You have them inside. You have 3 of them inside the canteen there at the VFW, but you put them outside sometimes when folks can see it out there on the patio.
Yes. Our building is non-smoking. So
there's no smoking in the building anymore.
In the building
anymore. In the canteen, you have to go outside of the patio area or somewhere outside.
Right. We changed that back in on August the 1st, and it's been really great. Everybody has. I don't think we've had, but just a couple of people complain about it.
Well, when you've only got 7 or 8% somewhere along there of the people that smoke these days, it's good to look out for the health of the majority. Yeah.
But we've had a lot of people not come to some of our events because of the smoking issues, and so now there's no reason why you can't come out and join us.
Right. So you got the phase 1 done. You got the patio area. You got the new office area, the storage area, the work area for Beth up there, and so forth. And the bathrooms are open now.
Yes. Yes,
and
they
so
are.
the handicap, and they're very nice, large, very useful. I guess I could say user-friendly bathrooms.
Yes.
If you saw the ones from before, they've been there forever. All right, it's nice to have these nice big ones in there.
Yes, it really is, and so it's now it is easy for someone with wheelchair that needs wheelchair access, because we now have handicap parking in the back, and then the big handicap ramp coming into the back door by the patio, and so it makes it very easy for them, so they don't have to go across that bumpy front, and so it's it really is nice. And there's so many people to thank because we sort of did this in-house. We didn't have to borrow any money. We used donations.
That's why it took so long. You paid as you went along.
Yeah, paid as we went
along. A lot of the work was done by the members there.
Yes, and there are just so many of them to thank. So it's to thank everybody that was involved.
Okay, now that's the phase one. What is the next phase for the improvement of the building there at the Jesup VFW post?
Well, the canteen section will. We don't have a start date on that one yet, but the old restrooms will be completely torn out that were in the canteen area to expand the area so we can put
maybe put another dartboard or something in there. Yeah.
Well, we're looking at all kinds of options right now, but especially seating.
Seating, a lot more seating because sometimes it does get a little packed in there. Yeah.
And we excuse me, we hope to. Certainly get a coat of paint on it, and at
least one coat of paint. Huh?
People will really be impressed with the plans, and like I said, we're in the talking stages right now of what all we want to see done, and then we will not close during that renovation.
Right.
A temporary bar area will be set up in our main hall, and then so that we can continue to operate and while we're doing the renovations on the existing canteen.
Right. And this reason why it's taking so long for all this to be done is you do pay as you go along. The VFW has not borrowed any money, so as the money comes in, you're able to buy the materials. Some labor you have to pay for, but a lot of it's donated by the members to help make the post a lot better, more modern facility.
Yes, that's correct.
And the social hall there at the VFW is used quite a bit, isn't it?
Well, yes, it is, and we we have some events that we're looking at right now that may be coming up here in the near future. I know when we do not do the Super Bowl, we do not watch NFL games, and when they quit protesting the American flag and the United States, then we may consider watching them again. But that doesn't look like it's going to happen in the near future. So instead of the NFL Super Bowl, we will be having a Daytona 500 party up there.
A Daytona 500 party in February. Okay.
Yes. So.
Okay, and they're at the VFW. Now let's talk about membership at the VFW. I'm sure there's a lot of veterans out there, foreign wars, that are not members. What do they do about becoming a member of the VFW post here in Jesup?
We have just in Wayne County alone, we have approximately 3,000 veterans that reside here in Wayne County, and that's about 10% of the population.
And how many of those
if they have
would be veterans of foreign war, you know?
I'm not sure what that percentage would be, but if they have served in any foreign war at any point in time, they are eligible for membership. Also, in addition to serving in a war area, if they ever served in Korea, because the Korea War has never been ended. So officially.
So anytime they've been over there.
Yeah, so anytime if you've been to Korea for 30 days or more, then you're eligible to be a member of the post. And then, of course, we have our auxiliary that if you have a family member that has ever served in any of those, you can become a member of the VFW auxiliary.
And that's what I am. My dad, Charlie Hubbard, served in Korea, and so I am an auxiliary member because he served.
Yes.
And my son, Matt, who is Charlie Hubbard's grandson, he is also a member of the auxiliary of the Jesup VFW post.
And we do a lot of people just think that that's a bar out there, and that's all it is.
No, it's not a canteen. There's so much more than that.
There's so much going on. We have, we have essay contests for our middle school and high school students that they get involved in, and they get awarded not only a monetary award but plaques and certificates for participation And last year we had one of our students over in the high school placed first place here in the at the local level. They placed first in at the district level, and I believe third in the state level. So he was a happy camper,
Yeah.
And
So the VFW does a lot of community projects, gives away scholarships. They do a lot of stuff. So if you wanted to become a member out there, just give them a call at 427-3838, or go by and visit and talk with Jim or any of the other officers out there, and they'll be glad to. Any member out there, they'll be glad to give you the information on it. And it's very, very, very inexpensive to join. It costs almost nothing.
We're getting ready now. We will be participating once again in the scholarship program at the school, not only here in Wayne County but also in Long County. We'll be giving away a $1,000 scholarship to a military dependent. And, so check it out.
Okay. Well, Jim Poindexter in here this morning, the post commander of the Jesup VFW Post 4583. Once again, remember they are hosting and putting on a mental wellness resource fair. They'll have 15 different agencies in there. And so if you or someone you know has difficulty with depression, anxiety, grief, stress, PTSD, or anything else that deals with the mind, come out and visit with the vendors and learn about programs that are available in our Southeast Georgia area. It's free. It's open to the entire public.
Yes.
All right. This Saturday from 1 till 9 to 1, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And the Jesup VFW Post is located behind the Wayne County's Farmers Market off of Highway 84 there on Project Street.
Yes.
9 a.m. to 1. All right. This Saturday. Take care, Jim.
All right. Thank you.
All right. 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO. Time now is 8:32. Let's check in the latest news from Fox News Radio.
The world famous Butch and Bob Show.